Right, we're going to start off down on our backs with the feet apart, the knees resting together, elbows on the floor, hands resting on the abdomen, one lower than the other. Shoulders drop back and down. Pelvis drops into the ground. Take 3 breaths in through the nose and out through the nose. When you breathe in, feel the belly and the ribs rise. And when you breathe out, feel the belly and the ribs fall. Another breath like that. Take your arms to the ceiling. Reach your right arm higher so the shoulder lifts off the ground like you're trying to poke your fingers through your ceiling, and then lower it back down. Left arm lifts, reaching through the ceiling, and then lower the shoulder back down. Do that again with the right. And lower. And left. So we're getting the shoulder blade to slide across the back, accessing openness in the back of the chest. So this time you reach, and if you can, just let your arm drop back down. So reach left. And then an arm, bone and shoulder drop back down. Not too heavily where you're going to hurt yourself, but just so there's a floppiness to it. Another each side. Again, we're stretching out the upper back, around the back of the shoulder blade. Good, and then bring your knees in, one hand on each knee, and circle the knees open and closed. And then circle them round the other way. And then pop your feet wide on the mat, open your arms out wide, palms to the ceiling, your knees go right, turn your gaze left. And then your knees go left, turn your gaze right. Inhale through center, exhale into the twist. Inhale through center, exhale into the twist. A couple more each way. And then last time, when you next come through center, stay in the center. Come back to your knock-kneed position, reset your bottom to the middle of the mat. Keep your elbows on the floor and bring the heel of your hands to the sides of your rib cage, below the bust or below nipple line, so you're on your lower ribs. Heel of the hands touching the sides of the ribs, fingers are just around the front. And then again, breathe in so your belly has a little expansion, but then as you keep breathing in, feel your ribs pressing outwards into your hands. Maybe it forces your elbows out a bit wider on the floor. And then exhaling, feel your belly and your ribs draw back down. So seeing if we can get a little rise in the abdomen, not much, and then width in the rib cage. When we breathe deeply like this, take a few more. We mobilize the rib cage, and when we mobilize the rib cage, it connects to the thoracic spine. So we're mobilizing the thoracic spine, the spine of the rib cage area. One more breath like that. Completing your exhale. Walk your feet in a little bit narrower, arms down by your side. Let's take a shoulder bridge. Roll your tailbone up first and then keep rolling up. When you get to your shoulders, you can press more into your arms and lift your chest higher, so rib cage angles up more. Then just feel a light pressure through your feet and your inner thighs activate. Maybe once you're up a bit higher, your arms can walk in a little bit narrower, fingertips reaching in the direction of your heels. Keep pressing down through your arms, the back of your shoulders, and your feet. Another breath. Inhale to get your arms a bit wider, and exhale to roll your spine down. Take your right ankle onto your left knee and bring the left leg in, figure 4. Holding the left thigh or shin bone. See if you can press both hips down toward the floor evenly. Notice if there's tension in your shoulders and try and broaden them. Drop your left foot wide on the mat with your right ankle on the left knee still. Draw your legs toward the right, so your right foot is almost drawing your left knee down. Take your left arm up a little higher on the mat toward the back top corner, the back left corner. And your right hand can rest on your belly, and again feel a few breaths where your belly and your ribs receive the breath with awareness. When you exhale, let the left thigh become heavier with the weight of the right ankle on the knee perhaps. Let your foot slide off the knee and then guide both knees back up to centre. Reset your bottom if you need to. And left ankle on right knee this time. Left ankle on right knee, figure 4. Holding the right thigh or the right shin bone. Try keeping your feet flexed. And then when we come down and out of that, same as the other side, take your right foot wide on the mat, so it's on the edge of the mat, and lower your legs down toward the left. If the ankle on your knee is too much, just take the foot off your knee. So left ankle can be on outer right knee or can be off the knee. And as your right thigh bone drops inwards and downwards, take your right arm up toward the back corner of the mat. Left hand can just feel the breath moving in your belly, sensing and feeling that mobilization of your core area and your ribs. And much of the core connects down directly into the top of the legs. I say directly because everything is actually connected, but we wouldn't say our big toe is directly connected to our core, but our thigh, actually the attachments link in. Release the left foot off, bring both knees up, and then reset your bottom to the middle of the mat. Bring both knees back into the chest, this time with the legs together, feet point to the ceiling. Parivrtta, wind relieving pose. Squeeze the legs in and out for 2 or 3 breaths. When you inhale, they move slightly out, and when you exhale, you're squeezing them in. Try and keep your bottom as flat to the ground as you can, so it's more your legs squashing in against your belly. And then maybe you can wrap your arms more around your shins and squeeze them in, so you're almost trying to flatten yourself, concertina yourself. Shins, thighs and torso. Shoulders stay as wide as you can. And then hold around the back of the legs, lift your feet, and you can kick your feet back and forwards a few times. See if that helps you to roll up. If it's not comfortable to roll up, just come up to sitting another way. And sit on your cushion or your block so that you can sit comfortably in a cross-leg position. Let's do some neck and arm mobilization here. So once you're sat so your knees are lower than your waist, so if you're sat now and your knees are up here, then get something extra to sit on so your knees are at least level or lower than your waist. Take your right hand down to the floor, lift your left arm up and over into a side bend. Press into the hand on the ground and feel the direct relationship between that press pushing outwards through your left ribs expanding and opening. First of all, look down toward the ground and turn your palm toward the ground, almost like you're ballooning the back of your left ribs. Breathe into that ballooning, like you're filling the balloon up. And then open your arm out wide to the side, turn your gaze slightly to the right and let your arm press out wide, like the arm is falling behind you now. Opening up the chest. Bring your arm straight out to the side. Come up and bring your left hand up and hand between the shoulder blades, and see if you can catch hold of the elbow with your right hand, pushing your elbow up into your hand. Stay like that, or you can take your right hand round behind and cross the arm across the small of your lower back. Or some of you might even be able to bend at the elbow and connect your fingers together. Reach up long through the left elbow, rolling back through the right shoulder. And then take your left hand down to the floor and your right arm up and over into a side bend. And again, that little pressure you place down into the hand on the floor rebounds out from the inside of your right ribs, pressing out wide. Turn your gaze to the floor and balloon out the back of your right ribs. Do that using your breath. Bringing your arm up and out wide, just still leaning into the hand on the floor, turning your chest wider and letting the arm fall out wider. So now your right arm is pressing wide, opening from the shoulder, chest. Come back into center and take your arm all the way up. Sitting straight, drop your hand between your shoulder blades, catch hold of the elbow. And rather than using your hand to pull the elbow in or back, see if your elbow can press up into your hand. So there's a lengthening from your right armpit up into your right elbow. And then option to take your left arm around behind, either just crossing it across the small of your lower back or bend at the elbow and catch hold. So your fingers might meet, or you might just be in holding elbow still, arm across your back, whichever one you can manage. Try and keep your head, your chest and your pelvis in line with each other. Another breath. Release your arms, cross your legs the other way just for a moment, and we'll just do 2 more neck stretches while we're sat here. So keep your spine central and let your ear fall toward the right. Relax the left arm, be heavy in your left arm. Come up through center, go the other way. Just feeling your head and the opposite shoulder distancing from each other. And then back up to center and just do some shoulder rolls. Loosen off that. If you need the cushion still for kneeling, then pop that at the back of the mat. So we'll use that in a moment if you need it, or the block, whichever. And then come to hands and knees. And take your hands forwards from where they start off in line with your shoulders, and then they go forwards about a full hand length. Shift your weight forwards, lower the hips with an inhale. Shift your weight back as if you're going to child's pose, but your hands are going to stay where they are. Shifting forwards with your inhale. Shifting back with your exhale. A few more forwards and backwards. Just hearing the sound of your breath in the back of your throat. Think of a warming sound. And let the sound be a warming sound in your body. One more. Hips lowering, so we're going to stretch across the hip flexors. And then back to child's pose. Walk your hands back towards your knees now and come to that kneeling position on your bolster. or on your cushion or on your block. If you really struggle to kneel down, even with a couple of things in, then just do a high kneeling position instead, or stay on hands and knees. Lean forwards a little, put your fingertips on the floor with your palms facing away, and then just start to walk your fingertips under more until you lean forwards and you're trying to get your either the fingers or the palms toward the floor. So the inside, the perfume section of your wrists is pointing away from you. If it feels too intense, just stay on the fingertips and just have the hands pointing away with a light encouragement forwards. Like I say, you can do it on hands and knees if you need to. Shoulders down, one more breath. And then make your way up. Bring your hands together in a prayer position. Interlace the fingers, push your palms away. And keep your spine upright and bring your arms all the way up so the heel of your hands point to the ceiling, stretching through the wrists again. Try and drop down into your sit bones and draw your ribs back slightly. The ribs will want to pop forwards here, so soften your lower ribs in. Gaze straight forwards. And then bring your arms back out in front of you. Release your hands back into prayer. Hands to the floor, straighten your legs. Feet are about hip distance apart. Place your hands on your ankles or your shins, or for some of you maybe your knees or thighs, and press against them to try and flatten your back forwards. Flattening your back so you feel flat from your pelvis, your rib cage, the back of your neck and the back of your head. Then bring your hands around your calves, press against your calves and draw your body into the legs. So again, inhale, hands on the legs, press into flat back. Exhale, hands around back of legs and draw into the legs, deepening the fold. 3 more, inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, flat back as your arms straighten, your shoulders press away from your ears. Exhale, fold in and keep the shoulders rolled away from your ears. 1 more, flat back. Fold in. Flat back. Bend the knees a little, bring your hands to your hips, keep your flat back and come up, pushing your legs straight as you come to standing. I'm just going to turn on my mat, but you don't need to. Bring your feet together, close your eyes. Try and use your feet to engage against the ground to help you balance. Try and zip up through your inner legs, engage into your core, right through the centre of your body to the crown of your head to try and balance well. And then we'll take tree pose. So balancing on your left leg, turn your right knee out to the side, open your eyes. Good, and then let the foot come up either to the inner calf or inner thigh. Your arms are going to reach out to the sides initially. Try and reach out from the centre of your chest out to your fingertips. Imagine you're walking along a tightrope. This is a sort of arm position you might adopt if you were trying to balance on a tightrope. So feel that evenness in the centre line of your body. Try and keep that as your arms continue all the way up, just until they're about in line with your shoulders. Keep squeezing into that centre line of your body. And keep the feeling of your tightrope arms. Hands are going to come down into a prayer position in front. As much control as you can, bend the knee in front. Take your foot to the floor, feet together, arms back down by your side, and pause a moment. See if you can get the balance back into both feet, as if the 2 feet have connected to make 1 foot and they're standing evenly. Balancing on the other side, so opening your eyes, turn your left knee out. You could stay with toes on floor, foot on calf, or if you can, up to the inner thigh. Pressing the foot and the leg in against each other. Then again, going to tightrope arms, arms out to the side. Feel from your core reaching out through to your fingertips. From your core reaching up through the crown of your head. And then arms continue all the way up in line with your shoulders. Even though your arms are reaching up, keep a softness in the shoulders. Hands come into prayer position in front of the chest. Keep your balance. Bring your knee forwards as steadily as you can. Take your foot back down to the floor. That ankle's rehabbing for me. I was quite pleased with that then. Arms come down, close your eyes again, and then just come back into a nice even balance through both feet, both legs, right up through the centre of your body. You're probably still standing at the back of the mat, so that's where I'm going to go back to. Inhale, arms open wide and all the way up, look up. Exhale, arms open wide, soften your knees as you bend forwards toward the floor. Hands around the back of the legs or hands on the floor. Flat back position, hands might be on the legs, or some of you might be able to do it with fingers touching the floor. Exhale, fold into the legs. Soft knees, straight back as you come all the way up. Arms reach up, look up. And again, bend your knees a little as you fold forwards from the hips. Flat back position, inhale. Fold into the legs, exhale. One more time, inhale, arms come all the way up, pushing up through your legs. Exhale, arms all the way down, bending forwards at the hips. Inhale, flat back position, hands might be on shins. Exhale, fold into the legs, hands might be around the back of the legs. Inhale, arms open, soft knees, especially if the back is tender, pushing the legs straight as your arms reach up. Exhale, bend forwards. Inhale, flat back, and then walk your hands forwards. Come into a plank position as you walk your arms out in front of you. Line your shoulders over your wrists. Push out from your heels, out through the crown of your head, and firm the space between your pelvis and your ribs. You can either stay like that. If you want to try a little side plank, drop your heels to the right, lift the left arm, and be on the edges of your feet rather than your ankle or shin bones. You can even roll the feet a bit flatter to the floor as you lift your hips a bit higher. Another breath on this side, engaging the underside of your waist and ribs. And then bring your hand back down and turn back onto the balls of the feet. You can rest in child's pose if you're not doing the side planks, or drop your heels to the left. You can stagger the feet, it's easier to balance, and lift your right arm up. The front foot, if you're staggered, the front foot's going to be a bit flatter to the floor, and the back foot, you're just on the blade edge of the foot, but the ankle bones are both lifted. And then as you press into the ground, squeeze the left waist, lift the left ribs. Back to a regular plank position. Lower your knees, sit back to child's pose, and then slide your arms either hands under head or arms by your side, and relax the wrists. If you need something for kneeling, then bring that back in. As you come up towards kneeling, this time leave the hands down by your side, lean forwards a little so that the palms now, fingers are pointing back and the palms are facing up, so you're on the back of the hands. You might need to bend your elbows a little bit, and then just start to straighten your elbows whatever amount you can as you stretch into the back of your wrist. Don't force it, let it be reasonably gentle. Once you're there, you might be able to get a little bit of a forearm rotation. We're doing it from kneeling so that you don't have to load bear in the back of the hands. And then come up and bring your hands together and do a little wrist circle round, just circling around the wrist bones. And the other way. Come all the way forwards, lie down on your tummy. Let's start off with a simple cobra. So legs long out behind, forehead on the floor. Press into the pubic bone and engage your belly, the sides of your waist and your back. From there, float your head and chest off the ground. Your hands are by the sides of your chest, but can you float your hands just very lightly on the floor or slightly off the floor, so that all the effort is in staying in this position through your core rather than through your arm strength. Another breath. And then rest down, bringing your head onto your hands, giving your bottom a little rock. I'm going to do 2 more back bends here. If they feel too much, then just do that lower level one. Hands back by the sides of the ribcage again, feet are pointed. Roll your shoulders back as you lift, go to that first position, shoulders are rolled back, elbows are in. And then to make a more extended cobra, lightly press through your hands and lift the chest. You are not aiming to lock your arms out and straighten your arms. It's a bit of a proportion thing. Some people might straighten their arms if they're a bit shorter, but you keep the shoulders rolling back and any little bend in your elbow back. Another breath. And then lower back down. Rest your head on your hands. Give your bottom a little rock. One more time, hands by the sides of the rib cage, legs long. Lift either to Cobra 1, make sure your pelvic floor is engaged, belly engaged. Cobra 2 will light press through your arms. If you want to make an upward dog, you keep this level of back bend but straighten your arms so that your hips and your legs float off the floor. I didn't change the back bend, so my spine's in the same position. I've just pushed the arms straight, legs and pelvis off the ground. Shoulders rolling back, looking straight forwards, heels moving in towards each other a little. And then knees down, push all the way back to a child's pose. This time have your arms in front. And then make a downward facing dog. Step your right foot forwards between your hands. Walk your hands around toward the left edge of the mat. And then bend the knees a tiny amount, bring your hands onto your hips, make a flat back, elbows wide, and come up with your straight back, pushing the legs straight when you're up. So we're going to turn the left heel out wide, the right toes turn out, and then bend into your right knee, keeping your hips level as your right knee bends out in line with the ankle. Drop your right forearm down on the leg, and take your left arm straight up in the air, open your chest. As the left arm opens, turn your gaze toward the ceiling. Feel your right ribs moving under and your left ribs moving wide. Keep that chest position, but bring your left arm back in line with you and extend the arm over by your ear, palm facing the floor. Push through your right leg, come all the way up. And then turn both feet forwards. Then the left foot turns to the back of the mat, right heel turns out wide. Open your arms, level your hips, bend into the left knee. Drop your left forearm down on your left leg. Okay, and then again, your right arm's just out to the side. It's going to go back further. As it goes back further, keep your balance. Feel the left ribs turning under more, the right ribs turning wider. Keep the rib cage turned, but bring your arm back in line with you and up over by your ear, palm facing the floor. Long from your right foot through your right side to your right hand. Push through the left leg, come all the way up. Bring your hands to your hips, turn both feet forwards. Inhale, lean back just a little bit, drop the tailbone. And exhale, keep your legs strong as you bend forward from the hips. If there's pinching in your back, bend your knees a bit. Make a flat back position. And then walk your hands flatter to the floor, or blocks if you need to. Think of when your hands were around the back of the legs and the elbows were in narrow to the legs. So now look at your arms and they want to be parallel, in line with your shoulders. 2 more breaths, head toward the floor. And 1. Walk your hands back onto fingertips, flat back position. Walk your hands around to your right foot. Step to downward facing dog. Step your left foot directly forwards between your hands. Walk your hands around toward the other side of the mat. And this time we're not going to come up, but bend forwards. Take your hands behind you, interlace your fingers and lift your arms all the way up and over. So your arms are coming ideally off your back. Shoulders roll away from ears. Get the balance nice and even through the soles of your feet. Notice if you're hanging back in your feet and hips. Bring the balance evenly. Come into your flat back position. Return your hands to the floor. Walk your hands around to your left foot. Step to downward facing dog. Lower your knees down to the floor and turn your bottom to the back long edge of your mat and bring your legs forwards out wide in line with the long edge of your mat. Just take a wide leg forward bend, so feet flex up, so just the same as you did standing, and from here we take it sitting. So you might bring in a prop or two in your forward bend to rest on as you go down. Take this as a yin, so we'll hold it for about 3 minutes. If you don't need any props, of course, then you don't use them. But make sure you're sufficiently supported. We don't want to feel like we're having to grip in the yin pose. Yin is about surrendering, so how can you support yourself so that you can feel a stretch and a level of intensity that you can tolerate with minimal effort? So you're using all the props to kind of take the effort out. Notice where you are in this first minute. Coming toward the second minute now. And see what transformation time can deliver into the pose. Props are great. Make sure they don't hold you back though. We want to keep adjusting them appropriately so you allow yourself to go in deeper when the edge shifts. Coming into your third minute. See if you can receive the breath as a soothing support. Feel it breathing in your body as if it's like when you're a child and someone just strokes your head to calm you down. Your breath is this internal calming to the nervous system. Calming the nervous system, releasing tension held through patterns within your body, held through trapped emotions in your body. Last couple of breaths. And then make your way up. And either just leave your legs there or cross them in for a moment and relax. Lie down on your back. Just take a few breaths in Shavasana, let your body relax to the ground. Legs come together, half wind relieving pose. Leave your left leg on the floor, hug the right leg in, squeeze it in, concertinaing the leg into your body. Release your right leg down, left leg in, again squeeze it in, concertina it against your body. Release the leg down and then bend the legs in, take your block, pop it underneath the back of your hips. You can lift to whatever height feels a comfortable height for you. Back to bridge, arms wrap underneath the back of your body. Fingers point to the heels, but this time turn your palms up in more of a soft, kind of letting go, receptive manner. Palms down, we might be tempted to push through the arms. Palms up. Almost draws that temptation away. Dropping the exhale as the belly drops. Closing your eyes. Just feeling yourself drifting into a relaxed, supported, deep opening of your chest. Really softening just inside the pelvic bones in the left and right sides of your lower abdomen, where deeply in there the psoas lies. It connects from your leg to your spine, and it's the biggest of the hip flexor muscles that pulls your leg forwards. And it's short a lot of the time in our day when we're sitting. If you can soften your belly, it's less that you're stretching the psoas, but more that you're releasing it. Apply a little more pressure through the feet. I like to just be on the balls of my feet, but do what feels nicer for you, and then roll your spine down. Once you're all the way down to the ground, go to the knock-kneed position that we started in. Feet wide, knees together, one hand on the belly, one hand just above, so maybe one belly, one ribs. And follow the breath into your belly, into your lower ribs. Notice a little bit of width as well as you breathe. And then we bring the knees in, one hand each knee, circle your knees open and closed. Try and move your arms to full length when the knees go away, so that your knees are circling further away from you rather than trying to squeeze your knees all the way up to your chest. Arms and legs up in the air and give everything a shake out. And then if you want the bolster underneath the back of your knees, take that down, pop that under and relax with your legs out. Palms up, eyes closed. Feel the energy at play around your pelvis and your lower back. Feel the freedom of the energy of your chest moving out to your arms through the freed up wrists, fingers. Soften into your face, the whole of your head relaxed and heavy. Last couple of breaths, just feeling that all over freedom in your body. We've worked a little bit on everything, more or less. So all the different joints that have been mobilized, freeing up a nice inner flow. Arms stretch overhead, legs wriggle long. And then, excuse me, breathing. That's what a full body stretch does. Turn onto your side and push your way up. Hands join in prayer, bow to your prayer. In respect to your body, to yourself, in respect to those that we've practiced with this evening, and to all that we come into contact with through our life. Namaste. Thank you all.